call this segment Capitol Spotlight because essentially we put a spotlight on a member of the General Assembly and they discuss some of the things that they have been working on and how it might impact you, the Rhode Island citizen. It gives me a great deal of pleasure to welcome back a gentleman we've had the good fortune of interviewing before. It's good to have him back, the Honorable Member of the House of Representatives, Dennis Canario. Representative, great to see you.
Thank you. Same here, Dave.
We taped on this very same day with a member of the other chamber, the Rhode Island Senate, Walter Felag, who talked to us about the toll on the Sakonnet River Bridge. I know that's something that you've been concerned about too. What is your feeling and how is it impacting your community?
Well, Dave, it's not just about the tolls. It's about the economy. It's about jobs. It's about people's livelihoods. We're talking about a bridge that's about as big as an off-ramp. Okay, and the problem we have is we have Willie the Barber, who's taken 50 years to build up his clientele. We have the local florist that has taken family generations to build their business up, and these are people that depend on patrons coming over that bridge. So it's going to have a significant impact on their business. And as far as jobs, we have some small businesses in Portsmouth that employ anywhere from 50 to 90 people, say. It's going to affect 1/3 their workforce, especially because some of them live in Massachusetts. It's going to be an added burden to them. There's even been talk about there could be a loss of jobs because of this at our local food market. This is devastating to our community. We have the elderly that have to go to Fall River for medical treatment, for cancer treatment, whatever it may be. It's going to affect them. It's not a thing where there's always been a toll there, Dave. There has never been a toll there. These people have lived on Aquidneck Island all their lives, and now they're going to be locked in.
And what's the amount we're talking about? What's the toll amount?
Well, the most serious part is the fact that they're talking $4 for out-of-state tolls. Well, as you know, Massachusetts borders us right there, just a couple of miles down the road. That's significant. Okay, because people depend on getting to Massachusetts, like I said, for their treatments, for their medical treatments, and a lot of the people that work in Portsmouth live in Massachusetts. So this has a significant impact on Aquidneck Island.
Do you feel confident that you can get this toll eliminated?
I feel very good about it. Despite what Director Lewis said the other night before the subcommittee, I feel very confident. We have a lot of momentum here, and we're going to keep pushing because it's all about the economy. It's all about jobs. We need to save these jobs, or Rhode Island is going to lose on the other end.
We also have a real advantage having you on today because you come from a background of law enforcement. In fact, in my notes, I believe I read you're still involved in the security business in some way. Yes. So you know law enforcement very well. You're extremely experienced. And there's been a lot of talk among most states about gun legislation, and especially what we saw happen most recently in that terrible tragedy with one of our neighbors in Connecticut. What do you think Rhode Island needs to do? You are proficient in using a firearm, yeah, and know the kind of harm that they can wield. What type of legislation would be good for the Ocean State?
Well, Dave, there's nobody that wants to get the guns out of the criminals' hands more than I do, okay? That needs to be our main focus. And in the process of doing this, we cannot penalize the law-abiding citizen who has a gun legally, who has the constitutional right to have that gun. So we really need to focus on the criminal, keeping the guns out of the criminals' hands. And I look forward to hearing the testimony from the professionals, right from mental health on down. We need to address the core problem without stampling over the Constitution, the Second Amendment.
I was watching one of those television magazine shows last night, and a woman, a journalist, who I believe she's just produced a documentary, went into one of these gun shows in Texas, and it demonstrated how easy it was to buy one of these Bushmaster guns, the same type of gun that was used at Sandy Hook in Connecticut, and she didn't even have to show an ID. It was a non-licensed dealer. She just handed over cash, She was asked no questions, nothing about her mental health history, nothing about her criminal history. She gave the gentleman the money. They handed her a brand new semi-automatic weapon.
These are things we need to look at without a doubt. I mean, obviously, getting a gun that easy may not be the best thing, especially if somebody has mental health issues. But again, we need to hear from the medical professions, as well as people that want to exercise their Second Amendment constitutional right. So again, we need to combat the core of the problem and not penalize those folks who want to own guns legally.
Representative Canario, thank you so much for taking time out and talking with us, especially sharing your expertise with your background in law enforcement.
Thank you, Dave. It was nice to be here.
And of course, we couldn't do it without you. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Dave Barber. We call this Capitol Spotlight.